We got Ellen Destroyer in studio. But I wanted to finish up with Gab McInnes, who is one of my favorite guests on the show, and I am a CRTV subscriber. Because it's good, funny, smart television that I can, even sit around and have as ambient in the background, and I don't have to see the constant catheter ads and silver ads like Fox. I'm not knocking it, but my God, I see one more My Pillow ad. I'm going to jump out of a window here. So that's what we watch at night, CRTV, and watch whatever. And of course, you support InfoWars, folks. We appreciate you all. We had that big sale that just ended, but now we have our new X3. It's an incredible product, 50% off. That's at InfoWarsStore.com and free shipping on that. Check it out. It's amazing. X3 is very exciting. But I'm going to belabor that after he leaves us. Kevin, I'm a pro-militia guy. I believe in the Second Amendment. And every able-bodied man, 18 to 45, has a duty and a right to be armed and trained like Switzerland. But I can really see a false flag here. And these militias are infiltrated, a lot of them, by the feds. That's a fact. And usually it's the Fed in a militia that tells you, that's not true. Jones is the Fed. There are no feds. Now let's go blow up the federal building together. So, and then that's usually an FBI informant or FBI, as we've seen, and the leftist arm of it. Someone like Reality Winner is trying to set people up. But we've got the Border Patrol warns Texans about militias stopping migrant caravan. We've got way more than just the 5,000 troops that Trump talked about. There, we got video that's on drudgereport.com of Army tanks being sent down there, Abrams tanks, command vehicles, all of it. So I think Trump's got this handled. People have a right to go down there, but I'm just saying I smell a big fat chance for some leftist group to shoot some, kids or something, because nobody's really shot any migrant kids other than Mexican coyotes. But in the movie Machete, Don Johnson does, so it must be real. I really see this as their last false flag, and now they're bussing them up days before the election to the Texas border. I really am concerned, Gavin McInnes.
Yeah, I've even been talking to liberals here in New York City, and they don't seem to like this. They smell a rat. And it just seems very curious that thousands of people spontaneously rent some 18-wheelers together. I guess they all pool their money, and they drive and then walk for the cameras, and then drive and then walk for the cameras on their way to Mexico. I mean, even the left is saying this really looks like it's for optics. And if it is just for optics, that is brutally sinister. And it shows how, I don't know, how evil some of these people on the left can be. Because are you trying to set up a scenario where hundreds of migrants are pushing the fences and they get crushed, and maybe there's a photo of a dead kid or something, or a military guy shooting at people who are trying to, mob him or something? Are you trying to get some picture to change the election and happily sacrificing hundreds of people? I mean, you're going to put Satan out of work.
I think you're asking the question, is grass green? Again, is the sky blue? Do bears crap in the woods? Soros admittedly is funding this. The UN's being funded by the State Department. Lou Dobbs talks about it and almost gets fired. His guest judicial watch that has the documents gets banned because it's on record they're shipping these people up. I have local newscasts showing buses from years ago and currently where they say the UN runs the program and Obama brings them in. And as soon as Trump got in, he ended it.
This, what this reminds me of is Fast and Furious, which isn't controversial. Everyone knows that, Eric Holder and Obama were caught sending guns down to Mexico so they could make guns look bad, get them in the hands of cartels, and they'll go, look at all these AKs, they kill tons of people. I mean, no matter how bad the right gets, you never hear about them wanting to use human beings as fodder. We're talking earlier about Brexit, where they want to use black people as human votes, and they use illegals as voters too. And now we have Fast and Furious and these caravans where they're happily risking lives for optics. I mean, this is Stalin in a nutshell. This is his mass starvations and mass murder. This is the way communists think. They don't think about human beings. They see humans as just sort of like ephemera, just a big pile of wasps they can send somewhere.
Or a dam they can blow and have it just flood.
Yeah.
And the UN admits that. They say they want to destroy borders, collapse the evil capitalist system, so we'll accept the socialist utopia with the rich people like Soros and the Chicons, tax-exempt living in palaces.
Dismantle capitalism. When I was a young man in the 80s, that was what the crazy radical nuts said, and it was kind of cool. Like, oh, this guy's a communist. That's kind of a freaky thing. Now it's mainstream. I think something like more than 50% of people in the DNC would prefer socialism.
It's 50+% of millennials want communism or socialism.
And they always use Northern Europe as an example. Northern Europe made its money when it was free market. It is now literally spending its parents' money.
It's going bankrupt.
Slowly plummeting.
Well, that's my next question. How could they grab victory from the jaws of defeat, A? And then B, what are they going to do if they fail? Which it looks like are all across the world. People are waking up. They're being thrown out of office. What are they going to do?
They're going to continue this. I mean, it is ramping up exponentially, but it is the same thing that we talked about last time I was on your show. It's the same process. First, you dehumanize someone by making them a Nazi. Then you ostracize them at their work, get them fired, get them separate from the family. You isolate them, and then you kill them. Then they're dead. Then they're fine. You basically starve them to death. So you isolate, vilify, ostracize. And that's what they're going to keep doing. And the crazy part is their appetite involves half the country. It's not like they want full of weirdos. They don't want to get like a David Duke and a Richard Spencer, the actual bona fide alt-right guys. No, they want everyone who supports Trump to be seen as a Nazi on the far, far right. The term far right is just thrown around at every conservative right now. And I don't even know what it means.
How do we push back? Because I instinctively don't get people into brigades to go get people banned. I instinctively don't try to take Brian Stelter off the air, even though, in my view, he is a criminal working with groups to racketeer to shut me off the air and admitting it. He's a horrible, just sickening, penguin-esque, villainous creature right out of Batman novels. And but at a certain point, they're assaulting me. They are stalking me. They have their reporters driving around the building, with blacked out windows. He's literally trying to destroy me. And at a certain point, what do I do to a villain, a anti-American criminal that is trying to foment violent revolution and destroy my family?
You stand up for yourself in a microcosm and in a macrocosm. In the big picture, you continue to do your show and you tell the truth and you talk to people and you get guests on your show and you try to expose the truth. And in the small, when someone confronts you, you don't cower. You don't walk out of the restaurant, shuddering. Remember that guy from Subway, Jared, what's his name? He was accused of pedophilia. He cowered because he was guilty. And then he did a plea deal and now he's in jail. Guilty people cower. Guilty people apologize. If you're not guilty, you're not a Nazi, you're not spreading hate, you say, what are you talking about?
No, I agree. And then I try to speak out against it, and they try to block me everywhere so they can cowardly tie me up like in a gladiatory arena, and then they walk out while I'm tied up or you're tied up and stab us. But see, the crowd doesn't like that. They're booing them. I mean, I don't think they understand that we're not just putting a good face on this. We don't just lie like they do. We love the truth. They're losing existentially in the quantum totality of this fight. They're only looking at grinding us down, trampling on us now.
I was in D.C. last weekend. Brexit was massive. They filled the streets. 400 black men went to and black women went to the White House wearing MAGA hats, chanting USA. They were shoulder to shoulder, crammed in to the Oval Office, screaming USA, USA. Not a peep in the media. Walk away was the same weekend. It was also huge. Hundreds of people. Liberals. I spoke to them. I did a show with many of them. And a lot of them were just saying, I'm not... But I don't...
And that's why they're so scared. That's why they're trying to censor. CRTV.com, Infowars.com. Thank you, Gavin. Great job with you about during the break. And Roger Stone's coming up with huge breaking exclusive news. Infowars.com. Tomorrow's news today. Without you spreading the links and telling people about the show, they will win. You taking action, we will win.
Okay, so I have a gift here from the folks at InfoWarsStore.com. They wanted to thank me for getting the InfoWars t-shirts on the Rangers game for millions of people to see. So they just brought me a gift. I don't even know what this is. Let's see what's going on. Wait a second. No! I got it! It's a Trump Medusa shirt. Look at that, guys! Ah! I got the Trump Medusa shirt. What's that? There's more in there? Oh, it's a George Washington. Wow. I was not expecting this, really. Look at that one. That'll trigger somebody real good. Oh, yeah. Wow. wow. What? I'm like a kid on Christmas today. Man, I want to thank the folks at InfoWarsStore.com. This is amazing. I was not expecting this.
It's really hard to have the energy at the end of the day to still get to the gym or to go for a run or go to the park or heck, even take your dog for a walk. Believe me, I know. I spend hours in front of a screen and then hours in front of bright lights every day. But thanks to Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsStore.com, I still have that energy. There's no way I could have the energy at the end of a long day to fight back against the chemicals in the food and water, to fight back against the modern day lifestyle with the screen time and the extended hours, to still have the stamina and endurance, energy and drive to get to the gym, get to the park, and get exercise that you need for your health. So go to InfoWarsStore.com and get Super Male Vitality before it's gone. This is actually our last